Hey guys, Rexasaur here, and welcome to the final set of videos for round 1 of Heroes of the Old World. Today we will be looking at the battles from the group that was the Empire. So today, in our first battle, we have TotalWarZone here with Carl Franz on top of Deathclaw. He has 3 units of handgunners. He also has 1 unit, 2 units, I believe 4 units, yep, of spearmen with shields. He's got another 2 handgunners there, making up total up to 5. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of great swords. He has a hidden unit of demigryph knights with halberds. He also has, oh, that's not him. He's got a unit of empire knights over there, and also he has bought a witch hunter, one of the best heroes in the game, in my opinion. And his opponent is the famous Moosey, the runner-up to several... Oh, actually, I've completely forgotten. You know Outriders over there. Anyway, Moosey has bought also, I believe, Carl Franz, this time on a warhorse. Nice horse there. He has brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of great swords, 2 units of mortars, 2 units of Reichsguard, 1 unit of demigryph knights, not with halberds, and 2 units of outriders. Very different, not really a different build, but you know, whatever. Let's see who wins.
Very well.
Okay, Carl Franz. God, didn't say very well, a bit rude. So we move on, and it looks like TotalWarZone is going to go straight in the offensive in this matchup. The outriders are definitely going to be spotted very, very quickly. These halberdier demigryphs, however, not so much. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, they are. These guys are hidden. They're going to try and go and stay hidden behind the forest. I'm not entirely sure how much they were going to be able. Nope, they have been spotted. A bit of a shame for him, but these demigryph knights as such will also be spotted and seen. Probably be shot at, to be honest. They are in range to be shot at, so they're probably going to be. Now they are hidden again back in the forest. No one's fired yet. Oh, there we go. The first mortar fire is going on, doing a lot of damage. Disruption mortar. Actually, these handgunners taking a whole lot of damage straight away from the mortar fire. And the outriders starting to fire at the demigryph knights, doing a lot of armor piercing damage. I'm not entirely sure if... I mean, these guys shouldn't be hidden from that if they're firing, but yeah, Moosey is starting to move these guys around. He's got the Reichsguard moving in, but the demigryph knights are the ones being targeted by TotalWarZone, who knows exactly how powerful these guys can be. Handgunners taking a whole lot of damage from the really, really strong mortars going through there. The outriders moving forward, taking out these spearmen with shields as fast as they can, which will probably not the best unit to go for, to be honest, as the spearmen aren't really going to do much less. They hit one of the Reichsguard's units. Mortars once again doing a lot of damage, actually missing all of their shots this time, but still managing to take out a few handgunners in the process. No wizards on either side, which is pretty interesting. And the outriders going to retreat back into their camp as the 2 handgunners go towards the Reichsguard with the spearmen with shields on the back. Are they going to charge is the question. No, Moosey is going to pull back his men as more mortar fire comes down on the handgunners, doing a whole lot of damage. And now the battle has well and truly started with the great swords attacking Moosey's own line. These great swords actually having gone down to 60, almost 60, yeah, good counting, 70 men. Actually losing a whole lot of men on both sides. I'm not entirely sure why, because it looks like Moosey has way more bodies than TotalWarZone does, but I guess the handgunners actually did do quite a bit of damage to start with, and more strikes down. These handgunners actually probably going to wrap very shortly. We've got a whole unit of great swords not doing anything in the forest. They haven't been charged. They haven't not doing anything. Like a few of them attacking. These great swords are just going to stand and allow the handgunners to shoot the great swords, who have no kind of defense. The outriders are going to go and try and strike these spearmen, who apparently are chasing down individual outriders from this unit here that was apparently caught up in some kind of combat, with Carl Franz, Moosey's Carl Franz, going around the side, and these guys, including the demigryph knights, moving away from the combat. The spearman with shield trying to block the rear of his men, using them as their shielded focus. The flank of TotalWarZone is moving in to attack the flank of Moosey, who has managed to attack and kill these outriders, although now they are getting shot at. These Reichsguards getting shot at by the handgunners. This unit of Grey Swords, having come back from routing and not being moved back. A very poor decision there. But overall, it looks like the main strike from Moosey, the combat, Moosey has won it and is going to be striking forward, trying to take down these handgunners with these great swords, as the who are now going to be going away from the combat by TotalWarZone and just realise what's happening. Mortar shells still coming down. We got 2 units here where we have 1 unit plus Karl Franz finally in combat with these great swords, who's going to be doing quite a bit of damage to Karl Franz, but Karl Franz is a very, very good fighter. I believe he's got the duelist trait though, so which makes him really good against individuals more than anything. And it looks like TotalWarZone's Karl Franz on Deathclaw has gone to attack the Demigryph Knights and Reichsguard. Now we know these are probably going to take quite a bit of damage from Deathclaw, because these guys aren't anti-large, they are anti-infantry. So they're not going to get very good bonuses against these guys. Outright is also not able to fire at these guys, although they should probably be shooting at these spearmen. And these guys also completely out in the open, not moving, not doing anything. TotalWarZone really needs to move these guys because there's nothing threatening his flanks at the moment. In fact, there's something threatening Moosey's flank in the rear over here. He has lost quite a few men. The mortars have not been shot at or anything, haven't been really struck down, but they will be very shortly as Spearman with Shield comes around. And they're going to be firing at these units of handgunners. Any direct hit is going to do a horrendous amount of damage. Right now these handgunners doing all the damage to these great swords. Just so many deaths every time one of these hits. But these spearmen with shields are going to take them out pretty effectively if we look at the general damage going on. Moosey took way less men and only has less than 400 left, which means that on a scale of actual men remaining, TotalWarZone has a huge advantage. And actually, it seems like, yes, his lord has died. Karl Franz has been defeated by these 3 units. It looks like Karl Franz actually came around to defeat Karl Franz. Very strange. So Moosey is doing pretty good right now and managing to take out a lot of TotalWarZone's men. This Witch Hunter is also routing, so Karl Franz is going to be going. This is very close. The main fight going very much in Moosey's favour, but these handgunners are going to be doing so much damage because they got a high damage output, and also they are armor piercing. These guys having 100 armor with their full plate mail, but so many of them are going to be struck down as the handgunners start firing down. And honestly, the spearmen only managed to stop one of the units of mortars, so the other unit's going to be able to go in. But here comes the demigryphs. They're going to be charging at the handgunners. Are they going to get a good charge? It doesn't look like it. It looks like a lot of them got prevented from getting that really good charge because of these handgunners firing down at them. They actually did a very quick reform, and that means that the the mortars just missed, but they are a massive hit in the rear of them. And Moosey strikes for 3 units of great swords. He's going to try and take down his spearmen very, very quickly. It's looking so close. But Moosey's general managing to take out these handgunners, trying to do as much damage as possible. He probably needs to bring Karl Franz back because these guys are going to be starting to rout because of the low numbers that they have. Demigryph Knight's taking a whole lot of damage. In fact, TotalWarZone still has a lot of units here. 2 units of spearmen. I mean, they shouldn't do good against greatswords, but overall, because of the amount of men that Moosey has left, he's vastly outnumbered, and that's not going to do very good. He's actually going to strike a few of his own men by accident in that case. And over here, we have the huge unit of Reichsguard versus another huge unit of Empire Knights, and it looks like TotalWarZone was going to bring back the halberds, but he decided to go for the Demigryph Knights themselves because the halberded Demigryph Knights are better in prolonged melee. The Mortars team, however, trying to strike that down, but that's not going to go for a long time because the spearmen are starting to come in. For this game is so close, and there's 40 seconds left. It's really just going to go on a whim, isn't it? It's just going to be everyone's routing on this side. Everyone's just wavering, very low morale going on. These handgunners coming back from routing. I think that's going to be the decisive blow, is the fact that the handgunners are still going to be able to fire. Moosey still has some outriders firing down on these Demigryph Knights, but is it going to be enough to win him the game? This could go either way, even now. But it looks like TotalWarZone is just itching closer as his men, and the amount of men that he has left. He has over 500 men left and remaining. All these handgunners firing down on these great swords, and I think that's going to clinch it. Look, all the wavering But now it looks like Moosey has lost very much a Pyrrhic victory for, oh my god, for TotalWarZone. That was one of the closest games so far, and I've basically seen all of them. Jesus Christ, what a game. I really didn't know who was going to... Well, I mean, I knew who was going to win because I've seen the results, but I didn't know how close that game was. Holy crap. I hope you guys have enjoyed that game as much as I did. Jeez. Now we're going to move on to the next game, which is LastRebelGaming versus Incoherencal. So yeah, fuck me. Okay guys, here we are on the second battle on Castle Drakenhof for the Empire, as we have Incoherencal here. Actually, completely wrong. We have the LastRebelGaming here versus Incoherencal, who is over there. So, LastRebelGaming has brought Balthazar Gelt as his legendary lord, going for the Law of Metal, and a Witch Hunter as his hero choice. He also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of halberdiers, 2 units of swordsmen on this flank, 2 units of swordsmen here, 2 units of mortars on the flank. He has 2 units of demigryph knights, and also has 3 units of Reichsguard hidden in the forest. His opponent, Incoherencal, has gone for... Where is your general? He's over there. I believe that is also Balthazar Gelt, this time on his flying Pegasus. He has a unit of demigryph with halberds over here, and a unit of Empire Knights. I wonder why he's put him over here and not next to his men. He also has another unit of demigryph knight with halberds over here, and 2 units of Empire Knights on his flank. His main force consists of 1, 2, 3, 4 units of spearmen, 2 units of handgunners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of greatswords, and a warrior priest as his hero choice. Let's see how this battle goes on. Let's play. And Mr. Smart Donkey, can you please not ask me when the videos for the tournament are releasing, because that is really rude. Although I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see that anyway. So, first off, no movement from either side. Looks like none of the side. There we go. And finally, Incoherencal decides, I'm going to move forward. So that happens. I believe they might have probably just been looking around what each player had in their armies. And it looks like LastRebelGaming only has 2 units, well, 1 unit of Reichsguard hidden, these 2 not hidden at all, which means that Inky can probably see that he has another unit. There's enough space for another unit in there. Anyway, so Rebel Gaming is going to be moving up all of his troops and moving these guys. No, he's going to retreat them back. Now, halberdiers are much, much better than spearmen, especially since these spearmen have no shields. If they were spearmen with shields, I would understand why you would bring them, but normal spearmen, very, very cheap unit and not very, very good. They are anti-large, but halberdiers are also anti-large and also have a lot better stats. We can see these halberdiers have a fantastic weapon strength of 28 of anti-large, and also armor piercing, whilst the normal spearmen have 25 and are only anti-large. Also a very terrible melee attack of 24, while these guys have a brute melee attack of 25. That was a joke, by the way. I did know that both of them were up terrible in terms of mainline infantry, but halberdiers are just better because they are armor piercing. Mortars starting to fire on the enemy now, going forward. So we can see huge arcs moving across the sky of Castle Drakenhof, going into the lines of the enemy, hitting the great swords, or actually I should say missing the great swords and only putting 2, 3 dudes on the ground. We got the other unit, there we go, direct hits on the great swords. That's not really going to do a lot of damage. What you should be facing, aiming at, really, is the spearmen, because they have no armor. Greatswords have a lot of armor, which means that the mortars aren't very effective against them. Although a direct hit will always do damage, it's better to just take out those things without any armor, because then you don't have to focus on them, really. Greatswords see taking a lot of health damage, but not a lot of anything else. So these guys down by 4 troops now. But I'm pretty sure if he had aimed at the spearman, we'd be doing a lot more damage. Although it is disrupting the greatswords pretty well. And the warrior priest has actually cast one of his bonuses, which gives everyone, I believe, plus 15 armor, or they're going out. I'm not entirely sure what's happening, really. But we have a charge, the swordsman going into these handgunners as they were hidden inside the forest. A really good charge, and the spearmen as well getting charged. But the great swords behind are going to be able to dispatch them rather quickly. That was kind of a weird charge to do. Like, you probably should have just waited till his men were in support Now, the thing about Halberdiers is that they have no shields, which means that the handgunners are just going to be able to shoot them down and do a lot of damage. Here comes more of these things. We have a Golden Hounds being cast by Rebel. It's not really the best. I mean, it's okay, actually. It decided to go in this kind of U formation around these handgunners. On the flank, as you can see, we got a charge by these Right Guard was completely countered by Incoherencal. I'm not entirely sure if any spells were cast in that set. I wasn't really looking. But it seems to be going well for Incoherencal on that side. Here, same again. We've got both units. One unit Demigryph Knights with Halberds, and these Empire Knights are actually routing. No, they're not just moving fast, they're moving away. But these Demigryph Knights with Halberds are going to do better against the normal Demigryph Knights because they are anti-large. Another Golden Hounds being cast by Rebel. This one completely way off. A very bad choice to do that there. So it's going on. Here comes Balthazar Gelt, who's going to cast something. Is it going to be a Golden Hounds? It might be. No, it's a Shield of Faith. Oh, it's actually a defensive spell being cast. Shield of Faith, Hammer of Sigmar. Over here we got a Transmutation of Lead. That's what it is. I was going to say Transmutation of Lead for minus 20% weapon damage and minus 34 weapon attack. Really strong spell going on. We've got another spell having been cast here. Plagues of Rust, minus 15%, minus 15 flat armor. Probably not the best spell to cast, as Balthazar... the Witch Hunter is going to be charged by the Demigryph Knights with Halberds. Actually going to counter-charge. I'm not sure if they were actually going for that. And some Empire Knights going around the back of the men for Rebel. These guys stuck in combat, not really doing anything. These Empire Knights have finally routed, but will they be able to come back in time to save this? We got so many spells going on, so many Plagues of Rust, Terminations of Leads. It's not going too well in terms of the magic. There's so much magic. This, oh my god, Balthazar just knocked Balthazar to the ground on the Pegasus. Doing rather well there. The mortars have finally been shut down. It looks like it's in Incoherencal's favour now, very heavily, as the swordsmen managed to be finally routed, and that frees up 3 whole units for Incoherencal to use. As well as this unit of Great Swords is not actually in combat. It actually looks like Rebels' lines have completely faltered and fled. We've got some more buffs going on. We've got some Soulfire, some Face Bastion. We've got a Searing Metal going down from the sky from Rebel into the lines of Incoherencal, but it's not looking good. Incoherencal just has his bag in the bag right now. I think the use of Great Swords just outweighed massively the use of Swordsman. Great Swords are just so good. And I think that was the big mistake that Rebel made, was that he decided to not take Great Swords. Although Halberdiers are much better than Spearmen, but that's not really going to help you against Great Swords, really, to be honest. Anyway, so it looks like in terms of actual unit count that Rebel still has 1,000 men remaining. No, he doesn't, because we're watching Rebel. Incoherencal has 1,000 men remaining. Rebel only has 500 left, and they started pretty even actually. Only, yeah, just under 100 men difference. We have units here, these swordsmen, who have come back from routed and aren't actually doing anything. These men have come back from routed and aren't doing anything. This is something that, once again, I must stress. I don't know about Warhammer Z to tell you, your men have returned. It's like, oh, thanks for telling me, man. Because it doesn't say that, and it's really annoying. These guys are going to be routing it. It's just going to be a massive rout now, as Incoherencal has all the troops left on the battlefield, being able having so much armor. Look at these guys on 103 men with half health, pretty much. And that is because, well, actually a bit more than half health. That's because these guys have so much armor that they can just take all the damage. And we've got a Searing Metal, yep, going down from above onto these Great Swords. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It's not the best of spells. It's good at disruption. And the handgunners shooting at the Reichsguard are going to do a whole lot of damage, since the missiles are armor piercing. Moving up, and then this Witch Hunter going to get charged. It actually does a massive strike against these Great Swords, but it's probably going to go down doing rather well. Actually, I want to see how much kills you got. 43, no, 16 I was going to say. Decisive defeat for Rebel. A vast victory. For a decisive victory, I would assume, then, for Incoherencal, who has lost barely any men in this combat. Really effectively using his troops. I think the troop selection was just the best, and also a lot of good spells being cast from both players. Plague of Rust and also transmutations and things like that. Really good spells to use. Very interesting to see both Balthazar's on the field. So there we go, that is the end of round 1. We will now look at the table after this, not the end of round 1 at all, end of battle 1. We'll look at the results after battle 1, and then we'll move on to battle 2 in the next video. So here are the results after battle 1 for the Empire group. Incoherencal is in first place with his 1 win and 999 troops remaining. TotalWarZone in a close second with also 1 win with 637 troops remaining. Rebel in third place with his 1 loss, 466 troops remaining. And Moosey in very last with 194 troops remaining, which is such a low number. It's incredible. Anyway, that is it for the Empire Battle 1. Next video will be up in about an hour, will be Battle 2. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Please leave a like if you did. Tell me in the comments who you think is going to win the round, and I will see you next time.